All right, this week we are on to week 7. What we're going to do now is we're going to begin to explore opera from the mid-19th century on, particularly focusing on the works of Wagner. Wagner is going to be pretty much the most monumental figure in as far as what we might consider operatic works from the mid-19th century on. However, Wagner really didn't consider his works to be operas. He considered his works to be music dramas. If you guys remember, maybe from the Intro to Music History class, the Gesamtkunstwerk, the total artwork or the universal artwork was really his goal. And so that's kind of what we're going to look at this week, read some excerpts from some of his writings on music and music drama more importantly. What I want you to pay particular attention to when you're reading about Wagner is to read about his thoughts about Beethoven and pay close attention to really what he's saying about Beethoven as the turning point in music in the 19th century on. Really, to put it in a nutshell, he's saying that nothing after Beethoven's Ninth Symphony could progress the way that it was. It couldn't continue on in sort of this absolute music fashion, like we're going to see with Brahms, embracing what's going on with instrumental music. Instrumental music went as far as it could, and the turning point with the Ninth Symphony was that Beethoven took instrumental music and he actually included voices, which was obviously, as we talked about, unheard of at the time. But it was also just something that Wagner believed really spearheaded the next movement, which we're going to see with the New German School. I've included a few links with this lecture to some Wikipedia articles, which I think you'll find helpful. I do suggest you read the one about the New German School and about Wagner to give you some background that is going to be a little bit beyond what is in your text. So it is very important you continue to read the text and make sure that you understand all of the concepts in there. Make sure you understand about Verdi, and then read about the Modest Mussorgsky and Tchaikovsky and all that. So make sure you are keeping up with the reading. Now, the next, there are two other things I want to point out. A week from Monday, a week from today actually, Monday, March 1st, we will have our first exam for the class. Now, we will have to meet that Monday in order to take the exam. 11 o'clock, room 302. Make sure you bring a pen. I will actually have the study guide on Blackboard, not on Blackboard, I'm sorry, on the blog by tomorrow, February 22nd, or 23rd, I believe. So the study guide will be up tomorrow. So that's the first thing that I need to mention, is that our first exam will be March 1st. Secondly, you need to begin thinking about your research papers for the course. The paper length is greatly increased from what it was last semester and the semester before, and so on. Now, this semester, what I want you to focus on in your papers, I do not want you to focus on instrumental improvements, advances in instrumental playing techniques or virtuosi or anything like that. What I would really like for you guys to focus on are some specific things about music. First of all, I want you to focus on either a composer or a philosopher who really had something to say important about music, or really that did something that music hinged upon. Now, once you've figured out the composer, let's say that you like Wagner and you like his ideas about the music drama, what I then want you to do is then to narrow your subject greatly and to talk about really one thing. Focus on one aspect of their revolutionary ideas. For instance, with Wagner, it might be the opera and drama essay that he wrote in 1851, really kind of pointing out that what he believed the differences between opera and music drama were. So you could actually focus really, really intently on that. I want you guys to pick something that is kind of maybe just glossed over in your text or maybe in the lecture. Something that's just kind of a brief mention, but does interest you. And I want you to focus on this one thing, first of all, to help you narrow your topic, to give you an idea of what I want you to do. You can also focus on someone like John Cage and talk about his ideas with aleatoric music, with chance music, and particularly what happened with 4 minutes and 33 seconds. John Cage, as I've probably mentioned before, is kind of more of a music philosopher than really a music composer. That's kind of how he is remembered. He's remembered for that one piece mainly, for 4 minutes and 33 seconds, which, if you remember, is a piece in 3 movements. With all 3 movements, the score tells the performer to tacit, so to remain quiet. So I want you to focus on just one aspect of a composer or philosopher who really changed the direction of music. Schoenberg might be another good example. Why did he explore 12-tone technique? Why did he feel that he needed to have 12-tone technique whenever he fully embraced atonality? What was that one thing that he needed? That could be another way to go about it. Another topic, if you will. You can talk about minimalism if you want, how minimalism came about, why is minimalism needed, was it needed, things like that. You can focus on composers such as Terry Riley. He's kind of seen as one of the fathers of minimalism. But focus on those people, those individuals that really changed music, that their thoughts or their music was a pivot point in musical development, okay, in the 19th and contemporary time periods we were studying. So, anyway, make sure that you read the blog. We will meet Wednesday to discuss. Make sure that you are well prepared for this. Some of you guys are kind of waiting to the last minute. Some of you guys, I believe, are actually reading the blog as we're having our discussions on Wednesday, and that's really not what I'm wanting you guys to do. I'm wanting you to have read the text, read the blog, kind of watch some of these videos to give you an idea of what this music sounds like, and even in some cases what it looks like, as will be the case this week with some clips of Wagner and Verdi, and then of Mussorgsky as well. So make sure that you are well prepared for Wednesday. It's going to help the discussion. It's going to help your understanding of the content. So anyway, but we'll meet on Wednesday. See you then.